Now, text editors, being able to use a text editor in a Linux command line environment is extremely important. And there are a variety of different text editors. There's Nano, VI, VIM, Emacs, and a bunch of others. For new users, if you're not accustomed to working in the command line environment, I'd recommend starting off with Nano. Nano is probably the easiest text editor to get familiar with and use in a productive way. VI and VIM can be a bit challenging to learn at first, but they're very powerful text editors, and they can be very, very useful and very efficient. But there's that initial learning curve that's kind of hard to overcome. And so for that reason, Nano is a really good place to start. To edit a file with Nano, you can either create a new file or you can edit an existing file. I'll open an existing file. So Nano, theraven.txt. I'll open that poem again. There I am. I'm inside the Nano text editor, and I'm just scrolling through this text file. And if I want to add a line of my own to this poem, I can do so. And then to save the file, the nice thing about Nano is it shows these little shortcuts for how to do things in Nano. And one of the most important is, of course, to save. In other words, to write the file. So I'm going to save the file by typing Control-O. That's what the little caret symbol means. It means control. Control-O. Nano will ask me if that's the name of the file. Yes, that's what I want to save it as. Press Enter. And then you see in the middle that message down below that says I wrote the file. And now I want to exit Nano. To exit Nano, just type Control-X. Control-X, and I'm back on my command prompt. So Nano is really easy to use, very user-friendly. On the other hand, there's VI and VIM. I'm not going to go into much detail about this. I actually could teach an entire class on VI. VIM is an updated version of VI. The original VI editor was written by Bill Joy, who worked for Sun Microsystems back in 1976. And it was updated in the early 90s to become VIM. It's VI improved. And VI can be a little bit confusing when you first use it. I'm going to open the same file using VI. VIM is the same, is going to have generally the same functionality. For new users, they're going to look very, very similar. So I'll open it with VI or VIM. And so there I am. I'm in the VIM text editor, and I'm scrolling through the file. Now I want to add a line. I'm going to start typing, and nothing's happening. And the reason nothing's happening is because when you start VI or VIM, you start off in command mode. And you need to actually tell VI or VIM that you want to start adding text. And you do that by typing the letter I. When you press I, you go into insert mode. And that's indicated down here in the bottom left. See, it says insert. So now I can start adding lines. And when I'm finished adding my line, in order to save my file, I've got to go back to command mode. So I press the escape button. And you see the insert symbol went away. So now I know I'm in command mode. And to issue a command, I type colon. Again, look in the bottom left-hand corner. You see what's going on here. When I type the colon, VI is ready to receive a command. And I can type W to write the file. Or I can type Q to quit VI. Or I can type WQ to do both, to write and quit. And that's it. I just saved my file and quit VI, or VIM. And there's a little bit more detail about it here on this slide if you wanna look into it a little more deeply. I/O redirection is really useful because it allows you to take the output of a command and send it as input into a text file. And that can be really nice. If you've got a command, for example, the head command where I was printing out the first some number of lines of the dictionary. Instead of doing that operation and having all of that output coming directly to the command line, I can instead redirect all of that output to a text file. So I use the same command, but I redirect it to some text file, just like that. So the output does not appear on my command prompt. It instead goes straight to that text file. And if I use cat to read that text file, I can see that all of my output was written to that file. Now, if I want to append to the end of that file, I don't want to overwrite that file, because if you just redirect with a single greater than symbol, you'll overwrite the target file. If I just want to append to the end of that file, I can use a double redirect. I can use these two greater than symbols, and that will take all the output from my command and just simply append it to my file. So if I want to do a tail-4 to read the last 4 lines of the dictionary, I can append that to my new file. And now when I read that file, you see that my original text is there, plus the 4 new lines I just added to it. So that's appending to the end of a file. Now this next technique, it's similar to redirecting text, but you're taking the output from a command and sending it as input to another command, which is not necessarily writing it to a text file. In this example, I'm using the cat command to read the entire dictionary file, which looks like this. It's the whole file, all 80,000 lines. But then I'm piping that output, that entire 80,000 line output. I'm piping all of that into another command, the grep command, and I'll search for some string. And so what I've just done is I've taken all the output from the first command and then applied it to the second command. So the second command narrowed down that output to just the lines that contain jump. I can do that even further. I can pipe it to grep once again. You can pipe over and over again. I'm going to pipe it to grep again, and this time I'm going to narrow it down to words that contain jump and OFF. And that's it. So through a series of greps, I could narrow down a very large list of strings to just a very specific couple of lines. So that's piping output from one command to another.